Last month, I reviewed the first two live-action features based on the popular book series by Jeff Kinney known as Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Now, let's talk about the third film. Here's my review of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Days. Bad Days, Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to you as the Big D. This time around, I'm going to bring to you a review of the 2012 comedy flick Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Days, released by Fox, directed by David Bowers, who helmed this film's predecessor. Now, if you haven't seen my reviews for the first 2 movies, click on that card that'll take you to the new playlist I made so you can catch my reviews of the first Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Roderick Rules. Now, I am still going to do a spoiler-free review of the animated film that came out last month as well, and I'm still going to do the long haul, but I'm going to try not to give too much of that one story since that was a major dud. Now, of course, it has just about all the same cast as before. Zachary Gordon is Greg Heffley. Steve Zahn is his dad, Frank. Devin Bostick as Roderick. No, it's Devon, I'm sorry. Rachel Harris as Susan, Greg's mother. Of course, Roderick's Greg's older brother. Robert Capron as Rowley, Greg's best friend. And Payne List is on board as Holly Hills, Greg's little love interest. Grayson Russell as Fregley, and, well, just about everyone else. Anyway, this film is actually based on 2 different books. It's based on the third book, which, well, the first portions on Holly Hills and Spag Union are featured in the third book, The Last Straw, while the rest is based on the fourth book, which is Dog Days. Now, this film, while despite getting mixed reviews like the other two, it did a little better than the last one. But anyway, for now, let's get into the story. Months after the events of the previous film, the Heffleys go to the crowded local pool where they run into Linwood Heath, a former delinquent who has since reformed after attending Spag Union, a military school that begins at the 8th grade. Frank notes that Greg is about to enter 8th grade and considers signing him up. Greg's summer gets off to a rocky start after learning that Greg spent his entire first day playing video games. Frank disables the family's television set. Meanwhile, Susan starts a book club for Greg and his friends, but forces them to read classics. Susan urges Frank to spend more time with Greg, and so he takes him to go fishing into a Civil War reenactment, but Greg constantly messes up to Frank's frustration. A few weeks later, Rowley invites Greg to a local country club. Initially reluctant, Greg decides to continue joining Rowley as a guest after learning that his crush, Holly Hills, teaches tennis there. Frank surprises Greg with an unpaid summer internship at his office, hoping that he and Greg can bond. Disliking the idea, Greg lies about getting a job at the country club to his parents' delight. The family later gets a dog, which Manny names Sweetie, and Greg's parents give him a starter cell phone, a ladybug, which only allows him to call home or 911. Rowley invites Greg on a family trip to a rented beach house near the boardwalk, and the two go on a ride called the Cranium Shaker that Roderick suggested. Greg becomes increasingly uneasy with the Jeffersons' eccentric lifestyle and secretly uses Rowley's father, Robert's computer, to email Susan to get himself out of the trip. The Jeffersons confront Greg after he accidentally sent the email to everyone on Robert's contact list. Greg desperately tries to call home using his ladybug phone, but inadvertently calls the police. The Jeffersons resolve things with the cops and angrily send Greg home. A few days later, Rowley informs Greg he's no longer allowed to invite him to the country club, but Greg sneaks in by impersonating club members. After Roderick learns that his crush, Heather Hills, which happens to be Holly's sister, is also a member, he asks Greg to help him sneak in as well. and Greg reconciles with Rowley and gets Roderick's band, Loaded Diaper, a gig for Heather's Sweet 16 to Roderick's delight. One morning at the country club, Robert confronts Frank and Greg over Greg's purchase of $260 worth of smoothies. Frank mentions that Greg has a job at the country club, but the manager denies this. Learning the truth of Greg's deception, Frank confesses his disappointment with his son. Shortly after, Roderick reveals to Greg that a Spag Union disc has been mailed to them, to the latter's horror. Alright, now for the ending, you know the procedure like always. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue on after the 5 seconds are over with. Thank you for your understanding as always, and here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Roderick urges Greg to go on the wilderness weekend outing with his school classmates to impress Frank. During the trip, Fregley tells a scary story about a muddy hand. After mistaking Frank's hand for the muddy hand and hitting it with a mallet, Greg admits his guilt over constantly messing up. The next day, after overhearing Frank's boss, Stan Warren, insult Frank over his lack of camping skills, Greg sets a trap with his friends and sneaks into Warren's tent, where he learns that their troop has been cheating by using household appliances. Warren discovers Greg and insults him, but Frank chastises that Warren for faking his camping skills. Warren then runs into Greg's trap, humiliating himself. At a motel, Frank confesses he never liked camping at all and decides not to send Greg to Spag Union, to Greg's surprise and delight. He also talks to him about learning from mistakes and taking responsibility, making them both realize they are more alike than they thought. At Harris' party a few days later, Loaded Diaper performs a hard rock cover of Baby with Roderick on lead vocals to try and to impress Heather, which that part was absolutely funny. The performance goes awry when he accidentally knocks over a huge ice bust of Heather, causing her to try and assault him with a microphone stand, only for her to smash a chocolate fountain, ending the party in disaster. Holly holds Greg's hand, and they spend the rest of their summer together with Rowley. In the end, Greg remarks that he may look back on it as the best summer ever. End of story. So what did I think of Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days? Well, considering I've seen it twice, I will say this film is pretty funny in ways. While I can't guarantee it's one of the best, I'll just have to watch it again, but I think it's pretty good. I still like the second one a little more, but this one kind of comes right up there. Now, the film may have gotten mixed reception like the others, but nevertheless, it still did pretty well, and it did better than the last film, making $77 million overall. And then it would be the last film to feature the original cast members, as many of the cast outgrew their roles. And new actors were cast for the next installment. Now, this was originally intended to be the final film of this live-action series, but I was ashamed of this. 5 years later, Fox would release Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul with new cast members. Let me tell you, it may have had some funny moments, but it was not good at all. I'll explain why when I review that film next time. But anyway, the cast is still pretty good in ways. I still like them. Zach Gregorian and all the others. Yeah, they're not too bad at all. It's pretty fun. It's pretty funny and what have you. So anyway, the story isn't too bad either. Well, I may not have read the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, but still, it's still pretty funny. We have Edward Schimmer as the composer of the score, which it wasn't too bad either. But anyway, some of this film was just absolutely crazy. So in the end, would I recommend Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days? Well, I'd say maybe give it a one-time watch if you want to continue after if you've watched the first two. Maybe I would just skip it or whatever. But I'd say just to be on the safe side, give it a one-time watch. I think you'll like it. But as for the next one, well, you'll find out what I'm going to say when I review it next time. So what are your thoughts on Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days? You can tell me in the comments section below. If you like the video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned. Next time, I'll be bringing to you my review of Diary of a Wimpy Kid The Long Haul. And stay tuned. I haven't officially got a date for it, but you'll still get a spoiler-free review of the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid animated feature that came on Disney Plus last month, coming soon. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to consider checking out these other vids of fun-filled kid stuff and what have you. In the upper left-hand corner is my TV log of the original 70s classic Zoom, which celebrated its 50th anniversary last week. In the upper right-hand corner is my review of the Zoomers for the first season. You'll get my ranking for the second season next week. Or if you'd like, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my recent spoiler-free review for the brand new and final installment of brand new fourth and final installment is what I meant, of Hotel Transylvania. In Hotel Transylvania, Transformania, now streaming on Amazon Prime. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.